Okay, I'm going to introduce you to another superhero. It's not me. It's the fellow I just interviewed. Yeah, he's a great guy down in Tampa, Florida. And let me tell you what he did. Okay, he's active in some charities and in the Tampa area, and they're having difficulty raising money in this economy now, to solve problems. So what he did, he saw this crowdfunding idea, where people get money on the internet, free money to do things and to solve problems or whatever, or start businesses. And he just started his own website called crowd2fund.com. And it's just a blog. I mean, he's not a big techie guy or anything like this. And he found a little app on I think it's WordPress or whatever, one of the blogs that he used for it. And he set up a crowdfunding site, and now he's raising money for problems in the area. In other words, this is a new way for anybody like you or anybody to set up actually your own crowdfunding site to raise money to solve problems. One of the problems he's working on now is a crisis center for teenagers that go through some kind of trauma and for young kids, whether it's teenagers or younger, I don't mean only teenagers, and they, and so it affects their life. They see a death, they're involved in, an abusive home or something like that, and so their lives are really in big trouble. And so there's a nonprofit, one of the groups he's working with, that tries to help these kids. But they need money for this problem. So he's going out to the community and raising money for them. And he's doing it all himself. He's not making any money on it. And he invested his time and a few dollars to put up this website to raise the crowdfunding money, and he's doing it. And he's done it for other people too, locally, and that's why it's an inspiring message. We all now have that power through using tools on the internet without any even computer expertise to do that. And you could spread this around your community and outside the community to show the problems, because in our heart we all want to help, but we don't know how or why or whatever. And it's a great way to communicate this to other people and solve the problem. So you now have the power to solve problems in your community. Watch how he did it. Okay, so you're Costas Delias, and a wonderful Greek family living in Tampa there. But you started this wonderful crowdfunding site for all the nonprofits in Tampa called Cause for Fund, right? So you took it upon yourself to say, hey, Tampa needs a cause for funding all these nonprofits. Yeah, so how'd you start this thing, or why did you start it?
Well, thanks for having me. It's Cause2Fund.
Cause2Fund. Okay, good.
Yeah. Cause2Fund.com. And I started because I saw a need here locally, working with charities on boards and committees when things took a downturn in the economy, in the Great Recession, that there was a gap that needed to be filled to get donations back to previous levels. And it's not because people didn't want to donate, it's because they were in survival mode and they had to cut donations in order to keep their own bills paid.
Wow.
So I decided, let's see if we can leverage crowdfunding and the internet to reach more people, to give smaller amounts, but still reach the same levels that need to be there. And it made sense because it was using the internet.
Did it cost a lot of money to set up this platform that's going to raise money for all the nonprofits in Tampa?
Well, there was some investing in the platform, but it wasn't a tremendous amount. And I put the WordPress site together myself.
Wow.
So it was basically a personal blog that I turned into a donation-capable site. So there was time and effort and some money involved, but not tremendous amounts.
Well, that's amazing. So, and you're a real estate broker kind of guy, right? Is that your main business? So you're able to,
correct,
as a side project, say, hey, I'm going to be a superhero and save the community, right? And you just do this with one left hand on the. That's amazing. Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you've had successful campaigns already. I'm sorry, what?
Now, I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to work. So I decided to take on a real side project.
to me, there's nothing better to do in life than try to solve problems. They're there anyway. Everybody wants to avoid problems, and that'd be the boring life. Yeah. It's like, playing par golf. If you did that every day, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? So you have to struggle at something. That's what makes you grow. But now you have one of the campaigns is this Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, right? And they're
Correct.
raising money now. They're hurting, and they're doing very good work. What kind of work or problems are they working on there in Tampa?
Well, the project that we're focused on is for children's trauma counseling. This is for children in our community that have seen just violent acts and have to have therapy and counseling to lead normal lives afterwards.
Wow.
The video that's on the site talks about two young brothers that were in a convenience store just buying treats with their father, and there was a murder in the convenience store when somebody came in, robbed it, and shot the clerk. And those kids had issues at school. They were wetting their bed, and they needed therapy, and they went to the crisis center and got it. And that's what this program goes after, is helping kids in those situations, and also other situations of abuse, neglect, abandonment. The Crisis Center locally is a great organization that also helps suicide prevention, but this is a very focused program and campaign for children's trauma counseling.
So this is within the crisis centers handle all kind of crisis. You're trying to raise money now, or they are, for just the children's program to help like these two boys that were affected by this crisis.
Exactly, and any other kids that fall into such situations. The crowdfunding campaign, Cause to Fund, is aimed at very specific programs that people want to fund within nonprofits and charities.
So not just help my charity, it's help this problem. We got a problem in this community, so they identify it and say, hey, we need help to solve this problem and make life around here a little better. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But more importantly, man, you're providing the platform to do this. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be around, and these people wouldn't be able to do it or know how to do it. And I think what's so special about this, you're on something that's growing. Obviously this crowdfunding, nobody knew about it a year ago. And now crowdfunding, the artists down there, the crowdfunding gives out more money than National Endowment of the Arts for humanities,
Yeah, it's amazing. The statistics behind it are just mind-blowing.
Yeah. So and the, like real estate, if you get in early, man, that's where that's where things happen. If you buy it after it's a success, it's too expensive.
Exactly.
So you're there not only for your yourself in a way, but it isn't. You're helping the community and getting your whole community in on the ground floor of this crowdfunding, idea, which I think is going to be remarkable in so many ways. And that's why a young guy like you sees how to take that technology and solve old-time problems in this community.
Are you there?
Yeah, okay. No,
I got you. Got you back.
You bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? I say that now you're taking, a new technology to save old-time problems.
Yeah.
That's
exactly what we're doing. Is we're trying to take current technology and solve existing problems and processes, and leveraging the efficiencies that come with technology to amplify the message and reach a wider audience.
Yeah, and so if people want to help you, it's really go to causetofund.com, right? It's a .com?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, and give, or at least see the video. If you don't even have money to give, watch the video and see the good work that these people are doing, right?
Yeah. So with the Crisis Center, if you go to causetofund.com, you will see, if you scroll down, the first box is Crisis Center Tampa Bay, and the video is at that second link. So
right, well, great. Now I'm losing you, so I'm worried.
I can see you.
Oh, good. And it's just so great that people like you are solving communities in our problems in our community, and doing with the new technology, because this is how we're going to survive in the world. I think is use the new tools that are out there. for us to make life easier for other people too, not just ourselves.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. That's why technology was created, and we need to improve upon it and apply it to some existing processes.
Well, okay, so if people out there want to know how to do their own Cause the Fund in their community, take a look at causethefund.com. And if people want to help this great organization in Tampa, the Crisis Center of Tampa, click on their video on causethefund.com, right?
You got it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them if somebody emails me through the site.
Great. Okay, well, thank you so much, Casas. Have fun in Tampa with all that beautiful weather. It's raining like hell up here. I'm jealous.
I'll enjoy the golf course for you. You take care. It was nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Now, isn't that great? Well, I'm going to send him a superhero cape so he can walk around town like that. I don't deserve it. I got to take this thing off. But you could be that way too. I mean, the tools are out there in our community now, right there on the internet, for you to be your own superhero. You know, and there's nobody else going to solve problems except you. If you see them, you know, and you expect somebody else to solve them, they'll never get done. Everybody's tied up in their own life. So you see a problem, your responsibility is go out and solve it yourself. And you can. See, there's tools now right, right here for you to do it, and you don't have to be a geek to do it. They made it real simple.